Je suppose... Oh là là, murmure dans le mur. Allez, on est parti. Il va, je l'ai lancé. Ouais, je vais tenter avec... J'aurais pu tenter avec Citrine, mais j'ai envie de tenter avec Culervaux. On va voir comment ça va se passer, si je gère bien ou pas. Ok. Ah, mais ce qu'il en avait vu lors de la Tenno, ça. Ah, ça fait plaisir de... On va un peu mieux comprendre l'histoire. Ah, le bon vieux PC avec les disquettes floppy là. andrati@caramel.com. Bon là on peut pas se faire spoiler, on connaît déjà à peu près le... qui c'est le personnage quoi. Alors juste petit souci, une petite chose que je voudrais quand même profiter. Est-ce que je peux... Les chuchotements. Let's go en ASMR.
Oh, my lonely vigil is over. Follow me, Tenno, and on no account wake the family. Despite their conflicts, they sleep in peace. But a solitary dream plagues me.
Attends.
You must understand. Constructs cannot dream.
On ne peut pas rêver.
And
Ok.
yet, I have. In my dream, one single name repeats. Kalimos.
Je veux pas y aller. Je rentre chez moi. Non,
The
c'est
memory
bon.
surface, long locked
Non,
away.
je veux pas.
This
Je veux
was no
partir.
dream, Tenno. It was a precept.
Bon, ok,
The
j'arrive.
Kalimo sequence. I must fulfill this dormant precept. The Kalimo sequence has begun,
Ok.
and it cannot be undone.
Et voilà, on va avoir à faire un nouveau hub. Nickel chrome. Enfin, le secret est révélé. Enfin. Zata vérité.
Zata. Truth. It began long before us. We who now live our perfect and dull, endless lives. It began long before these moon palaces and body markets hurling around our golden sun. It began long before our light coil thinkers, our radiation wars, our oil smoke. It began with us, the continuity and its twin, wanderlust. The need for unseen shores deep in our marrow. No judge, jester, queen, or king can escape this old blood. We are nomads, eternal. And when no ocean, mountain, or sky could contain us, our gaze hungered starward. Afar, they mocked us with their brittle light, winking and jeering like dangling iotons, forever out of reach, illuminating the truth. Immortal as we are, we die with the sun. That's where I come in. Jahu, form. My departure was a day less than any other. When I
Un peu de l'or, ça fait
stepped
pas de
inside
mal.
the bell, I saw no crowd through its serraglass, no skeptical onlookers, no regal send-off. They all had given up on me and my paradoxical formulations. The wasted years had all shown the void to be just that. Nothing. No energy, no entanglement, no form. To spacefaring ambitions, a dead end. On the day, my laboratory was mostly vacant of witnesses, most of all of expectation. Only my sluggish attendants, my sagacious Kavat, Kalimos, and of course my daughter. I had raised her alone, but with inconsistent vigor. In those eyes, her mother's. I did
Sa
see
fille.
a terrible reflection
Kalimo, c'est son chat.
of a
Son
man
cravate.
that did not exist. A brave and principled man
pas
about
qu'il avait une
to
fille.
make history. In truth, he was a void himself, an outcast, a joke, a nothing. Driven by my humiliation, failure had made me bitter and reckless. I would dive into the depths myself to prove them all wrong. I gave the signal. My daughter grasped the lever. Kalimos then belted out a desperate, rasping growl. But it was too late.
Oh, je savais pas qu'il avait une fille. Bon...
Vorm. Order. The calipers yawed open the wall between worlds, stretching there a black trapezoidal gap. A door. A mouth. It yawned in the light of the room, splintering it to mesmerizing, unearthly hues. And I, inside the bell, dropping obliquely toward it from my gallows. Mass and time rippled as a sudden vortex jawed before me. My head was vapor, my feet lodestone. The bell around me flexed like a rat paralyzed in a winding, gulping snake. I faltered in the awe of it, stumbling against the ceraglass, and with that shifted the bell's path through the wall. It grazed the caliper membrane, the edge of the door. No worldly edge was as thin, as sharp as could split even light. As the bell faintly grazed it, the ceraglass was all at once rendered like strips of flesh by Dax's blade. My enclosure was beheaded in an instant, but still, I fell, sideways, into the void.
Je sais plus si on avait accès à ces termes-là depuis au tout début, je vous avoue.
Thas. Chaos.
Mais je préfère me remettre
Death was
ça dans
on
la tête.
me, I was certain. I was face down, eyes clenched, my heart pulsing the last of its seconds, and my lungs burning the last of its air. A sudden nostalgia gripped me. I grasped desperately for memory of a storm just past, the fumbling pitch of a child's song. Yet all these thoughts seemed to steal away from my mind like smoke through a vent. I would die empty. I then became aware of another sensation, physical, a web of pain, needles itching into my arm. At once I realized I was alive, laying in the bell's shattered ceraglass. I groped the ground, warm stone, the floor of my laboratory. So, I had never left. And so, I had failed. Again. I heard a crunch alongside me. Someone stepping through the shattered glass. With great shame, I gasped and rose my head to face my daughter above me. But as I opened my eyes, it wasn't her. It was me.
Okay.
I have one responsibility in the Kalimos sequence. Awaken the sleeper. But I cannot do it alone. Please, assist me once more.
Oui, mais je veux voir les histoires d'abord.
Riss.
On recommence.
Riss. Light. The senselessness of it. The paradoxic, the vague, untimed form. I was alone, but not. For I stood there confronted by myself.
Le sous-titrage il est rapide là, il speedrun.
A reflection, but with dimension. Behind him, no horizon, but a vast broiling sea of caustic light pierced at random by black pin stars. And closer, around me, a gale of flowing vapor, profane in color, billowing relentlessly into the nascent lack, seeking all directions. I was standing on a precipice of familiar stone, jagged and unanchored as though cleaved directly from the very floor of my laboratory. I wondered at the vapor's path, smoking outward more, leaving behind now the walls, the filigree gold, the rare cuts of marble from my home. I knew at once the vapor's source. I turned away, back toward the wall, the trapezoid I had yawed into it. Vapor erupted inward at the gap, but not just from there. For as I rolled my eyes back, I saw the same. A great steam of scintillation smoking out from my skull. Dumb in awe, I faced toward my chimerical twin. he spoke.
Donc ça va être c'est l'homme dans le mur là.
Kra, time. An old name, unspoken in the centuries since my mother reared me. A soft hiss, soothing as a viper's gaze. Little Bengal. The other me reached out, offering his hand, gliding toward me without moving, as though the distance between us was now collapsing. A confusion, most euphoric, filled my mind. With the shred of wit that remained, I decided that I should run for my life. At once, crazed and frantic, I fled. But I made no forward progress. Instead, the world compressed ever more around me, as though I were an anchor pulling the shore to reach. When I arrived at the door, or rather, the door arrived at me, I howled, hurling myself inside, out. And then and there I was, lost and unlost, howling on the floor in harmony with my wretched Kalimos, lacerated in flesh and heart, scattered as the bell glass, spilling blood and stomach on the cold stone floor. But I sensed the other there, at the wall's breach behind me, reaching still. I screamed, but my voice was gone. Forever. I looked, but my eyes would never see again. I swept my fist across the floor, snatching broken shards, and in gripping tightly, I filled my hands with ink. Close it, I wrote. Netra. Decay. Time, to us, is all but conquered. Our sacred kuva moves us on to new skin. We numb to our daily, yearly trifles, and remedy those memories that bring lasting misery. With all our misdeeds, our excess, our indignity, we are haunted by nothing. But not for me, for with each passing day, there grew within a tumorous idea. It was minute in those early days, the pale reaching digits severed on the floor, studied with reverence, with greed. And it swelled larger in the latter days. The regal domes, the rail dedications, the unholy Zariman parade. I had put the stars within reach, but at what cost? I never spoke of him, that man trapped in the wall. And while there have been countless souls who have followed me through with their light skippers and field wave skins and very-eyed instruments, not a single one ever saw him. Me. And so it is that I will not take the kuva now, or ever again. This is the last skin I'm in. Because of this idea, that I cannot be sure that in all that smoked commotion, in all that panic and fear, in that bending light and blinding dark, was it I who escaped? Or the other?
Dernier, Lock.
Lok. Void. From brooding gulfs are we beheld by that which bears no name.
Y a pas Oul.
Its heralds are the stars it fells, the sky and earth aflame. Corporeal laws are unwrit as suns and love retreat. To cosmic madness, laws submit, though stalwart minds entreat. In luminous space, blackened stars they gaze, accuse, deny. Roiling, moaning, this realm of ours in madness lost shall die. Carrion hordes trill their profane accord with eldritch plans. To cosmic forms from tangent planes, we end as we began.
Ok. Bon, allez, on va aider notre ami. Ok, on s'est refait un peu le lore, là. Ah, je peux toujours changer d'équipement, là? Ah ouais, d'accord, ok. Il y a un truc qui me dérange, j'étais persuadé d'avoir un... J'étais persuadé d'avoir un foutu... d'avoir un Riven Nicor, et c'est bizarre, je l'ai pas. Oh, tu vas pas me faire un ratap-tap, hein. Sérieux. C'est très beau. Les nécras. Waouh, c'est beau. Et j'adore la musique. Ok, donc il a bien scellé le truc pour pas que ça s'ouvre, je pense. C'est ça. Je pense qu'il a frappé pour pas que ça s'ouvre derrière. Il ne puisse plus sortir. Sculpture Ayatan. Bonjour. Ah!
I fear we are off the edge of the map and into the domain of monsters. Master Entrati never completed his final project, the vessels. The sequence dictates they cannot awaken before the sleeper does.
Bah, tes souhaits.
You hear that? Let us hope the sleeper is untroubled by such strangeness. Find them.
Je peux pas repartir. Ah, on y va direct là. Donc là, et voilà, je peux plus prendre les armes. Ok. C'est beau. C'est très beau. Là, je me prends pas de dégâts, c'est déjà ça. Ah oui, c'est vrai. Excusez-moi. On va juste modifier quelque chose. Pas besoin de ça.
Following Master Entrati's last command to defend. Show mercy, Tenno. End them.
Hey. Ouais. Bisous. Ah, du loot. Il y a de loot. Calme-toi déjà, mec. Ah, au bol entretien.
He feared it was meaningless, and feared more when it was not.
Il y a du haut bol. On va looter, on va looter, on va looter. Hein. Oh, t'as l'air gentil, toi. Désolé de t'avoir attaqué. Ok, qu'est-ce qu'il essaie de me montrer? Je sais pas. Ouais. Oh non, j'ai essayé. On va passer par là, ok. Je sais pas ce que c'est le haut bol d'Entrati, mais j'essaie d'en prendre une.
That book was like a diary to master Entrati.
Yeah, le grimoire.
Grimoire. No doubt it holds the secrets of the vessels and of the Kalimos secrets.
Tu es un sorcier, Tenno. Oh, let's go!
The grimoire is very active. It is reading you.
D'accord. Waouh! Ah, je me suis rempli.
I confess it galls me slightly to see a compendium of knowledge used as a weapon. But needs must. We need be in no doubt of your skill at any rate.
Pourquoi il me dit qu'il y a des trucs en hauteur? Ah, on est sur le cerveau là. Ok. On se fait des thunes. Les créditistes là. Des hobobols d'Entratouz. Ça va modé sec. Bim. On fait tomber l'armure. Et on se fait... Mais c'est quoi ces petits trucs qui me suivent depuis tout à l'heure, là? Désolé. Désolé. Vous entendez ça? Ça, c'était ce qu'on entendait au tout début. On entendait beaucoup ce tap-tap là quand on... Et je vous avoue, j'aime pas ça. Oh, fuck! C'est le moment. Bon, ben on y va. Oh, donc voilà. Je peux repartir? D'accord, je peux repartir.
Monstrous danger.
Damn!
Better off sealed. We can only hope this sleeper has been untouched by
Nous y
this
sommes
vast
enfin.
horror, this great indifference.
Yeah! Oui, je sais pas pourquoi je fais ça, mais j'aime bien. Voilà. Octocalouk là. Alors, vu que je fais des enregistrements, merci bro pour la photo, mais je regarderai plus tard. Parce que pas de spoil. On va arrêter là le premier enregistrement de Whispering the Wall. Whispering the Wall. Je vous dis à tout de suite pour la suite. Le deuxième épisode. Allez, on y va.